Hi, it's Dave here from Elysium Sophia. As we just begin to end week 4 and start to go to week 5 as of tomorrow of Bojo's lockdown. So, how are you? We are Elysium Sophia, and if you've been joining us for since time began, you'll know what we do here at Elysium Sophia. Elysium meaning wholeness, well-being. We specialise in hypnosis, in life-transforming therapies, transcendental meditation, relaxation, meditation, motivational work. We do all sorts of things to help you to be the best version of you that you can possibly be, using different techniques, all the way from NLP, psychotherapy, psychology, that type of thing, all blended together, ancient and modern together, to help you to unwind, to help you release your stress and anxiety, to help you to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. And that's what we do. And if you're new to us, then there you go. Hey ho, Peter Quinns. That's exactly what we do. There's what it says on the tin, basically. There. Tin of whatever. But if you are our regular people, we say hi. Because obviously, our friends and our fans, our followers, come from all over the world. And in particular, today again, as usual, we say hi. If you're watching us from the Philippines, we say hi to you, because lots of you from the Philippines are watching us and supporting us, but actually work in Dubai or the United Emirates. You work out there in Japan or China, the Middle East, Bahrain, Qatar, all those so many areas that you support us from. So of course, you're welcome to our home today, here at Elysium Sophia, as always. If you're watching us from Europe, the final countdown, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-ba, then we say hi to you. From Germany, we have Philippine friends from Germany watching us, and we have Germans watching us. We have all sorts of people from across Europe, from France, Germany, Italy, Belgium, and of course, Sweden and Scandinavia, the home of Lagertha, the Viking trade. We are immensely interested in Vikings. We love Vikings. We are very gothic here at Elysium Sophia. Obviously, with a hypnosis, makes us myself. And just to remind you, Elysium, all about homeless and well-being. Sophia, obviously after my wonderful daughter, Sophia, a.k.a. Penny the Panda, who will, as usual today, welcome you to our home with her dulcet tones to say hi. So that's the story so far. Morning glory. Of course, we say welcome to our friends from across the pond in America. Cock-a-doodle-doo. You're just waking up, a lot of you over there, aren't you? Some of you not quite waking up, but some of you woken up fine, bright and early. But if you have, joining us today from California, from Alaska, from Canada, from Florida, from quite a lot of places across in America. Yesterday, I think it was Bay City, Michigan. Some great friends from across the pond there. So we say hi. And of course, as usual, our friends from here in the UK. Friends maybe that personally know Sophia. You might be Jack and your mum. You might be watching us today. I don't know. If you want to come and say hi. You might be Kalal. You might be Millie. You might be Ava. You might be Ethan. And of course, you might be banging your drum like Dum Diddy Day. Sat there with your nan. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what you're doing there. But if you're sat there, you know, that's Harry. You might be banging your drum with your nan and having a good caveman strum. I don't know what you get up to on a Saturday, but you're welcome. Come and join us, cheese, and come and say hi. You're always welcome, all of you, all of the above. Welcome in our home at Elysium Sophia. Friends old and new, and as you will be aware, over the past 4 or 5 months especially, here at Elysium, we've evolved into a chat show, where we just chat about anything and everything, whatever's topical. And also we take a trip down memory lane, bit of a few laughs on the way, about things, how they used to be. Maybe we talk about one-hit wonders. We talk about, if you're following us, you'll know that we do talk a lot about the Mancunian people. And in particular, we talk about bands that go bump in the night. The Stone Roses. We talk about what happened to X, Y, and Z. And we talk about that because we were watching Bears the other day from the Happy Mondays. You know, the guy that goes forwards and backwards, up and down, whatever he used to go. And Bez has done a fitness video. Yeah, Bez. Fitness video, eh? You sign, Bez. But yeah, mate, good luck with that one. But we got us thinking about how things used to be and the greats one-hit wonders. And obviously, we started talking about, because I remembered a girl from 1986, 87, Claire and friends, and she was a sickly little girl that used to say, "Oh, it's horrible being in love when you ain't enough. You got your picture on my wall, got your name up on my scarf. Oh, it's horrible being in love. Horrible being in love when you ain't enough." Oh dear, get out. "Oh, I put my mum's heels on yesterday. So you see I'm growing up in every way. It's just a tiny house for two, just big enough for me and you. So go on and ask me dad, don't be shy, get out again." Just obviously we were talking about her
So,
and all sorts of
we
people.
might have a bit of trouble today.
Trouble today, oh good.
So,
Like a bit of trouble.
the first thing is,
battle.
hi AES vlog.
Trouble?
AES vlog says Tamtac host. So I'm not getting the live chat on my phone, so I'm just
Oh
going
dear. Live
and
chat phone.
the other thing is, I'd just like to say, obviously, about a few channels, Philippine channels, that are...
Hello? I don't understand what you're saying, my darling. Say what you think. You know, it's like, think of it as catchphrase. Say what you see. What are you talking about, my darling?
No, I was just saying...
She's just doing all this, or you're going, what is all that about?
No, you know before,
Yeah.
when we had issues with people, a few accounts,
Yeah. Talking stupid.
when they were blocking us before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what a few channels...
Oh, if you are blocking us, unblock us, please. You know, don't be sly, don't be silly. We're all friends here, we're all
Yeah,
adults.
so AES vlog, I would give you jacket, but I can't at the moment. So I will give you jacket when I can. Thank you so much for the Tamtac as well.
Yeah, last time we had a few, so if you are watching us, if you have blocked us, please unblock us. I don't know why you blocked us, but if you have, why? And if you haven't, sorry. You know, you're welcome, especially our Philippine friends. What are you doing? What's happening? A lot of our Philippine friends, we've been blocked, Sophia again. What are you doing? Unblock us, you know, unblock us, and then we can chat to you.
I have to pay close attention.
You've done what, sorry?
I have to pay close attention.
Yes, pay close attention to what?
To the screen, because
Yeah.
the chat isn't coming up here.
It's not coming up. Why is it not coming up?
No idea.
No, can you see us? Can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah.
So we are on?
Yeah.
We
It's
are
just
on.
Some people, the chat's on here, you see.
Oh, the
It's
chat's on there.
private.
Okay, but it's not on there. You sign, not on there. I don't know. But anyway, c'est la vie, it is what it is. And if you're out there from wherever joining us, then obviously we say hi. And we're just explaining, we're reminiscing what happened or what used to be and what
So,
could be again.
AES vlog, how are you today? And
Yes.
where are you from?
Yes, where are you from?
Hey,
AEIOU
got it
blog.
now.
Is it on now?
Hey.
My word. Teething problems, yay! I think our Philippine friends have unblocked us again. There we go, down there again. So if you're joining us, tell us, what do you want to chat about today? We're chatting about all sorts. Sorry, I digress again, talking about that little Mancunian girl. But obviously, it's where we usually start off, thinking how things used to be. Things that annoyed you in the past. Quite a lot of things have annoyed us in the past. Led us to where we are today. But there's a silly saying that says, what don't kill you, who's that bad lad? He's done what? What's wrong with him? Look, you bad lad. What was she talking about now? Get us unblocked. What's his name? Bad lad. Why has he blocked us? What's his name? Tell me his name. Name and shame him. Bad lad on our session now. My show this, you bad lad. What's wrong with him? Look, you know who you are. Fetch him out. I'll name him and shame him. Put him on the screen. Look, you bad lad.
Yeah, it's like...
So what has he done? Just unblocked us
No,
again?
it's just I went to his chat.
You went to his chat
Yeah.
and he just blocked
And I
you.
said hi.
Name him and shame him. Tell me who he is. He's done what?
I'm not going to say his name.
Don't say it. Well, I will if you don't, my darling. Just now. If Sophia's just listen, you know who you are, yeah? Sophia's just come to your chat now and said hi, yeah? Some Filipino, yeah? Great, our friends from the Philippines, and you've said no, not coming in tonight. Well, you know, get stuffed then. As simple as that, isn't it? You know, it's silly. Anyway, you're all welcome. So why on earth people play mind games? I don't know. Stop playing mind games. You know, come on, we're all friends here. You know, we're all into equality. We're all into anti this, anti that, uncle this, uncle that. We don't give a monkey's nuts. Yeah. If you don't want to talk to Sophia, at least have the decency to say, get out because I don't like you. You know, whatever you are. If you don't like Sophia coming to your chat, tell her why you don't want her in. As simple as that. You know, that's him. Look, he looks a dude anyway, doesn't he? Get off home, you bad lad. We're not coming. If you don't want us there, don't bother. You know, I think you should just tell me who he is. You know. Tell him his name and shame it. I'll show his picture on the wall. Put his picture on the wall, put his name up on my neck. You know, stick him on there. They're just stupid, aren't they? Anyway, I thought, we're all friends here. We come to chats. We don't expect it. Hi, you come to our
Well, at
chat.
least we've got a good person.
Yeah, great, yeah. You say, hi, we've come to your chat. Hi, how are you? No, you're not coming to my chat. Okay.
I just said, hi, how are you?
Yeah, all she said was, hi, how are you? She didn't say Goldfish Bowl, Kensington Palace. I don't know.
I said, Tom Sack done.
Tom Sack done, and then he went, taking away your jacket. Nah, get stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're better off without these kinds of people. We don't need them. Riff-raff, a lot of them. We don't need them. Our Philippine friends that are nice Philippine friends, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? Come and say hi to our lovely Sophia. Come and say hello this afternoon on a day where in the UK it's snowing slightly out there.
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah, okay. As you can see here, it's water off the proverbial duck's back. 10 years ago, something like this would have really shook our world and worried us. But now we think, hey ho, what are you doing? You broke it again, my darling, haven't you? Pulled things.
No.
Why are you leaving me? Just pulled it up. It's there for a reason, that, my darling. It's part of a microphone.
I know.
Gone now, isn't it? Gone to the microphone heaven in the sky.
Yeah.
Excuse him. Wow,
It's like
super
when I
play.
pulled the wall off the other day.
I know you did.
No,
No, she didn't pull the plug out of the wall. She pulled the
out.
wall out of the plug.
Yeah.
Don't know how she
Well,
managed
not
that.
literally.
Doesn't know her own strength. She's like, boom, boom, get out your plug. That's get out your wall. But anyway, hey ho, that's the way it is. Well, anyway, yeah, what a great start to today's show. Started off, Sophia said, hi, how are you? Tom Sack done. Come and join our chat. Get stuffed. Get out.
Basically.
Wasn't even Irish. Hey. But anyway, jobs are good, as they say, or whatever they say. Sometimes they say, sometimes they don't say. Whatever. Moving swiftly on. We chat here about how things used to be. And we also talk about, when I say how things used to be, in a nice way. We say, like, for example, wagon wheels. They ain't the same anymore. What's his name?
He's just unblocked us.
Has he just unblocked? Oh, thanks a lot, fella. That's really nice. You see, that didn't hurt, did it? Nah, God bless you. He's unblocked you now, hasn't he? Just say thanks.
Just see what you said.
Just say thanks. You're a star, mate. You weren't a star 10 minutes ago, but now you're all right. Come and have a chat. Come and say hi. Yeah.
So, what's everyone doing today?
Yeah. What about you?
How is everyone today?
I've got my ginger wine as usual. Drinking that, enjoying that with my daddy cool mug, cup, whatever you want to call it. Having a sit down, having a chill, having a relax, and putting the world to rights. What I was saying before.
So, AES vlog. Thank you for the Tom Sack.
Yeah, excuse me.
And where are you from today?
Yeah, where are you
I
from
presume
today?
you're from the Philippines. Where are you from today?
Where are you from today? Where were you from yesterday? And where will you be coming from tomorrow?
I presume you're from the Philippines.
Yeah, maybe.
But please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, please correct. That's a funny saying, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Who comes up to you and said, you're wrong? I'm correcting you. Oh, good. It's one of those sayings, isn't it? Yeah, but anyway, we digress again. But just talking about things that ain't the same as they used to be, and things that were here 2 days ago, or here last year, here 10 years ago, not here now. Like my hair, for example. That used to be here, didn't it? I used to have hair. Then shaved it all off one day. Oh, that's good, isn't it? A minion. Just one day got up. And, the first time ever I saw your hair, face, oh, look at that bad lad on a bike. Get down, you bad lad.
Hey.
I hurt somebody with that. I remember the first time I ever shaved my head. I used to take a bit off here and a bit off there. And then one day I thought, nah, God bless you. Nah, it was a pairs and all that lot. Veza, you there today, mate? She came to say hi today. You're live. You're having a bit of bother there, mate, weren't you? Oh, I don't know who these people are. What do I do? Say hi.
Ooh,
say hello.
thank you.
Yeah, say at him or whatever. And one day I got up and I thought, ooh, I'd seen, it started with a kiss on the back row of the playground. Some good-looking guys started to hang around. The other guy, what was his name? Errol Brown, he was. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. He had a bald head, and he was called Errol Brown, because he was brown, I think, and he called Errol, I don't know. But anyway, it was hot chocolate. Yeah, not off-white, not ginger wine, hot chocolate. And he looked a star, and I thought, yeah, you look good. And then Kojak came along. Who loves you, baby? Cracker. Terence Lavalis. A great Greek guy, and of course, close to our hearts, our second home in Cyprus. Love Greeks, love Greek Cypriots. And I got to tell us the Vallis, Kojak. I love you, baby. Cracker. He said a bit more than that. He didn't just come on and go, hey, I love you, baby. It would be boring, that, wouldn't it? A full programme of a guy going, hey, cracker. Where's my lollipop? And he did have a lollipop. He did. Had a lollipop. He used to say, solve crimes in the... Now, we're going back into the late 70s. Starsky and Hutch. We used to say that. Car keys and clutch. Try that one, Madonna. It's a tongue twister. Car keys and clutch. Go on.
Car keys and clutch.
Say again.
Car keys and clutch.
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 Yeah, that's the one. Starsky and Hutch. So we had that. We had Starsky and Hutch. We had this other guy, and I'm really going back now.
What you're doing and
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a tongue twister. Ironside. There's another one. There's a guy in a wheelchair. He was a right star. He was a crime fighter in America. Do you remember that, anybody? Because I was really, I was barely able to do anything. But I remember watching reruns of Ironside. It's a policeman that was in a wheelchair. It was great, and obviously we had to tell us the Vallis. He was good. Kojak, yeah, loves you, baby. And all around that time, Huggy Bear, Starsky and Hutch. Oh, there was in Starsky and Hutch, this guy that was the police informer was a big black guy with a big afro. It was amazing. It was called Huggy Bear. And he used to go, not Yogi Bear. Okay, boo boo, get a picnic basket. Okay, boo boo. No, it was Huggy Bear, they called him. And all these American cop shows were around at that time. It's what, my darling. Anyway, so we're just digressing about these American Ironside, and we had.
I think that's funny that.
What? What was that, darling?
You know when you said when you're talking about unblocking us and then.
He's a bad lad, isn't he? Anyway,
No, it's just like.
It's off your pop, off your toddle. It's water off a duck's back. Anyway, yeah, back to the late 70s and the cop shows that were around. Obviously, it was a prequel to one of my favourites, which was in the 80s, which was Miami Vice. But before then, I digress because I was going to tell us the Vallis. Kojak. Great Starsky and Hutch. And there was all sorts of American TV cops. And they all went on to sing songs. Starsky and Hutch. Paul Michael Glazier, I think they called him. And David Soul. Hey, David Soul, what a name. Hey, I'm David Soul. Smooth operator. David Soul. Phil Michael Glazier. Paul Michael Glazier. Paul Michael Glazier, that was the one. And they were Starsky and Hutch. This silly, look like a guy that used to like Kevin Keegan. You know, it's like, wait, silly hair. Silly hair. One was blonde, one was dark, and they were crime fighters from the United States in the late 70s, early 80s. And again, there was Huggy Bear, Ironside. Quite a few that I just remembered there. And of course, in the UK, then we had The Bill, which was great, but wasn't quite the same because we got Miami Vice and other cop shows that were coming across from there. And then we had something called, over here, we had Dempsey and Makepeace. You signed, yeah. Dempsey and Wrightpeace. Dempsey, Makepeace. Yeah, she was really nice. Nice piece, Dempsey, Makepeace. Again, Dempsey and Makepeace. And another thing that I remember, this is a real blast from the past. Joanna Lumley, I think it was, in Sapphire and Steel, they called it. Sapphire and Steel. Crime fighters, because crime fighters have always been, you what, my darling? Why are you leaving me? I don't know. Sapphire and Steel. That was another blast from the past, from the, I think that was the late 80s. But again, this got me thinking. But yeah, what I actually started talking about was the first time ever I shaved my head. And I remember doing it and thinking, yeah, okay, all these guys are cool, let's, you know. And we've been back to Cyprus, and a lot of our Cypriot friends have all, they're all got nice shaved heads with the sun and everything. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll shave mine. Now, it's daunting. Guys out there, you'll know what I mean. Now, it's great. Do it every couple of days, you know, but at the moment, just don't shave down here at the moment, and a bit of a Tyson Fury going on. But every couple of days, you shave it now. Now, shaving your head for the first time with an open razor can be quite daunting. Because you think to yourself, you know, if I nick myself, even if you cut yourself shaving, guys, and you cut yourself and it bleeds forever and ever, ever and ever and ever and ever, you'll be the one. Dennis Roussos. All right, Dennis. Big fat guy was. But anyway, I digress again. Shaving your head. If you nick your face, a little blip when you're shaving, then it does. It bleeds forever and ever because it's horrendous if you do that. But knowing when you're cutting your head, if you cut your head, then it's really sensitive. So obviously there you are. The first time you do it, you make sure that you put so much shaving foam on it. Make sure it's all okay, and then you kind of like when you're shaving your face, guys, yeah, you have to like hold it down to strengthen it down, and then you go and that bit's a bit bobby, yeah, as we go. But with your head, you can't stretch it out a little bit. So there we go, and but it's a naked blade, naked blade. A Sheffield United fan with no clothes on. I digress. No, a naked blade, and it's very sharp, isn't it? Really sharp. Sharp's rifles. Again, the Sheffield United theme. See what I did there? Anyway, we come back again. The blade that you cut your hair with, very sharp, and you start to cut it, and you go against the grain or for the grain. You're supposed to go with the grain, aren't you, when you're shaving anywhere? But when you're doing your head, you start to get cocky, and you think, it doesn't matter, go against the grain, go with the grain. But it's great when you've done it. I mean, it feels so clean. You get some aftershave on it. Stings a little bit, and then hey ho, the rest's history. But the first time you ever do it, guys, it's quite daunting. But yeah, once it's done, it's done. Pardon?
I've just sent a message to people on the other side.
Okay, hello from the other side. All right, okay.
And he said he'll join us in a bit.
Who did? Oh yeah, cool. That's right. Just we were just atting and saying hi to our friends on the other side. We're not coughing dodgers or anything like that. We are very gothic here and tie boxers and gothic. Let me just remind the people when I say we're on the other side, we're not going to die. We're not dying and sitting in coffins, and we're very gothic. But then we don't go on the other side that way. Ooh, you see? Yeah. YMCA. We go onto the other side, a platform that was very dear to my heart. We love YouTube, but we also a channel that we lack a lot. So, on the other side, we go on there.
I have atted.
You have atted. Jen, the lovely Jen with pink pants on that gets gifts from America and goes, hey, Macarena, aye. Germany. Well. Yeah, packages from Germany. Yeah, she goes, hey, Deutschland, here's my pink pants. She does all sorts, doesn't she? Very funny. Hey, creepy. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Very creepy. It's early for you. This mate usually joins us at just before midnight.
I don't mean anyone else.
No, she doesn't mean Kalal. She doesn't mean anybody else. Before we stop, kicking off, she just means creepy. Yeah. Who's from, the Philippines. Vegan realist. Fen Farm. Driving his Jola taxi. He's not a taxi. You told me the other night you called him a taxi driver. Wait, he's not a taxi driver. He learns people how to drive.
Hang on, and Kuya Jellyfish.
Kuya Jellyfish.
What?
You said, when we were talking last night, yeah. You said, he drives a taxi. You kept going, beep, 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 he drives a taxi. And that's why I couldn't get it. It was like, Tootle's a taxi? I don't know. He's not a taxi driver, is he?
Oh, yeah.
He's not a taxi driver. He learns people how to drive. Oh, yeah. He goes, come on then, left, right. Whoa, you bad left. He doesn't. You called him a taxi driver. You kept saying last time. I didn't correct you, my darling, because I was too tired. Whatever. Yeah. Why are you leaving me? Yeah, but he's not a taxi driver. He learns people how to drive because remember we talked about the pressures of being teaching people how to drive. Well, you don't have to apologise, darling. It's just I'm just stand corrected, But anyway, c'est la vie. That's what happens. So yeah, all these people that we've atted may join us, maybe not. It's it's a free country. Last time I looked. I'm talking about free country, Bojo. What are we doing now? What are we going to do now? Too late to talk to Billy. What are we going to do now? What are we doing now? We're wondering now what the next stage is. What's the next step in this disaster, war zone, excuse me, that is COVID. COVID-19, COVID-20 now, COVID-21. We're towards the end of lockdown, hopefully. Hence what I said right at the very beginning. We're coming to week 5 of a 6-week lockdown or thereabouts. The schools opening, hopefully. We'll not hold our breaths with that one. But the school's supposedly opening on the 8th of March, which is great. Because obviously we all know we want to get the schools back, ASAP, ASAP. And because the mental health of the nation is going up the wall, isn't it? It's going completely tonto. But obviously, children in particular, and young people that are at school. I know Sophia's missing all her friends. Obviously, that's why it's great when you bob in and say hi, and she can chat to you that way. We're more fortunate than others being able to do this. But it's not great, and sooner the schools are back, the better. But we did digress and we did chat the other day. We were saying, how more simple it would be just to get during the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to be too late before they've sorted it all out. Over the next 2 or 3 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully, just put the school teachers, the school support staff, anybody that's going to be working in schools, put them up the hierarchy a little bit and get them vaccinated, because they need doing. Because once they go back, there should be no threat then to have to close them again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the adults they are going to be at risk, and if they are, and then we heard on the bobbins the other day, didn't we? We chatted about it yesterday. Did we go on there yesterday, darling? Or was it the day before?
Yeah.
Did we do our rant and rave yesterday?
Yes. It was.
Ranting and
No, it
raving.
wasn't.
No, it's the day before. Not yesterday, the day before. We go that way, don't we? If it's next week, we go that way. Last week, we go that way. Not last night. Not
Yeah,
yesterday.
It
Was it? Not yesterday, the day before?
was
So it was just one, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so yesterday we were saying, we were chatting to Creepy, weren't we, about it, amongst other people. And his friend has also got a Philippine wife. Yeah?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Dale.
Dale. Chip and Dale, yeah, they were chatting together, weren't they? And obviously from Wales. And we were chatting about the hierarchy. And I was saying how I felt that it was wrong and immoral. How somebody that was 70 years of age, perfectly fit and healthy, sort of aka a bit like Jimmy Savile, as it happens, running marathons. I was like that then, 70 years of age, running the London Marathon. Wow. Not advocating Savile, by the way, he's a bad man. Bad man. It's just that every so often he's hilarious. And I don't know how he got away with it as long as he did. And I don't mean what he did badly, I mean what he did in life, Somebody should have known a long time ago that guy was destined for worse things. Absolutely bonkers, but entertaining. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, Savile, running the marathon, as it happens. People like him at 70, okay, fit and healthy, they get the jab. Hang on, she's waving at me again. Go on, over there.
Yeah. Hi, Slade.
Hi, Slave. You all right, mate? How's about that then? Wow,
Basically,
we're
yeah,
just
I was
talking
just-
about something
yeah.
that we shouldn't
Slade
have
said,
been.
hey, Dave, how are you doing?
How's about that? Great, we're
No,
fine,
not
thank you.
really.
We're just
No,
saying,
not
we were just talking about the people getting the jab in this country.
Yeah.
And we're reminiscing and saying, how is it, how people who are, we didn't think it was fair, how people that are 70 years of age, and a bit like Jimmy Savile, how's about that then, running a marathon, wow, how's about that, wow, one and only James Savile. We're not advocating Savile because he's a bad man, but we're saying somebody like that, of that ilk, that's fit and healthy, at the age of 70 is getting a jab before somebody with an underlying medical condition living like an asthmatic ant. That can't be right, can it?
Slade said, what's popping?
What's popping? Everything's popping at the moment, mate. It's just the way I'm sitting. I don't know. But just c'est la vie. We've just been chatting about the virus and how annoying it is, and hopefully getting the schools back. And if that's the priority of the government and old Bojo over here, if that's a priority, then we believe that we should be getting the schools inoculated, and the teachers and anybody who works in schools, they should get the vaccine because they're going to be vulnerable, aren't they? But no.
Slade said, I hear you, it has destroyed lives.
Just a little bit, mate. Of course it has. And the thing is, if we're intent, because the health of the nation and the mental health of the nation at the moment, all across the world, but obviously just commenting here in the UK, children are suffering as everybody else. We need to get the schools back to some form of normality. They've missed out so much, and we need to get them back to school. Now, Bojo's saying to us over here that it's a priority, and it is. But the other day, I was listening to somebody that said, look, it's not been proven that teachers are dying in vast amounts of numbers, so we don't think it's worth giving them the injection. Now, hang on a minute. Something not quite right there, is there? First of all, teachers aren't actually in classrooms, a lot of them at the moment, so of course they're not suffering. And two, what are we going to do then? Are we going to wait until teachers start dying and then say, oh yes, we should have inoculated them? Yeah, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? Yet again, the proverbial door closing before the horse has bolted and all that. So yeah, I was saying, and Sophia, we were chatting and saying, how come somebody who's in the United Kingdom here, in the UK, If you are deemed clinically extremely vulnerable, then you can have the jab. But if you're an asthmatic ant, i.e. you've got underlying medical conditions of severe asthma, you can't have one.
It would be ridiculous.
It would do what? Ridiculous. It is, isn't it, mate? Very ridiculous.
They've got to give the priority to the ones that need it.
Exactly. But the
Yeah.
thing is, mate, we were saying that we totally understand anybody over the age of 80 that's got issue, then they need it. But what we were saying was that there are some really fit 70-year-olds that are getting the jab before some 50 or 40-year-olds that are have, I don't know, chronic asthma, for example, or a suppressed immune system caused by IBD, IBS, Crohn's disease, type 1 diabetes, for example, things like that. So they are behind the pecking order. And I believe, and we believe, that people that are vulnerable through underlying health conditions should be up there on the top there.
Slade said, whoa.
Whoa, exactly. Well, they should. Well, whoa, yeah, slow down, baby. That's just the way it is. And we obviously, on our show here at Elysium, our chat show, we take the bones from different things, and today, that's what we're discussing. Who should have the jab?
Slade said painful.
Painful, I know. Like the impeachment of Donald Trump. You find that word, impeaching. Oh, Donny Trump getting impeached. Oh, dear. Very painful indeed. Yeah, sounds very, very painful. But anyway, we digress and we move on. So, yes, Slade, it's one of these things. Thanks for joining us today, mate. This is our house on YouTube, and this is what we do. We invite people in, and we annoy them. We talk about things that are topical. And obviously, we were talking earlier about the virus, about getting pupils back to school again. And we talk about going down memory lane. And we were digressing and talking about things that aren't the same as they used to be.
Slade said they can't say Donald Duck no more when he's in trouble.
They can't, can they? And you know, at the end he said, I don't care, I'm not coming to your party. I don't want to. I don't want jelly, I don't want custard. I don't want to go to Biden's party. I'm taking my fence down. My fence, my wall, I don't like it. I'm not having it. I don't want it. It's like,
It's a well-organised living room.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, it's where we do most of our things. So invite people into our home and insult them. Not exactly like that, mate. No. But anyway, yeah, we were talking about we were singing songs blasts from the past as well from the other day, and we were talking about things that ain't the same. And we got talking about in the you'll not remember this one, Slade, but for our people that are of a certain age, back in the Happy Mondays and the Manchester scene in the UK. We were saying how good it was, but also one-hit wonders. Now there was a Manchester band, a really funny-looking guy that used to sing, and canvas and brushes were wearing thin when London started calling him to come on down and wear the old flat cap, and it was a blast from the past.
Slade said those Thai boxing gloves to kill time.
Hey, yeah, these are great. No, these are Sophia's gloves, these, mate.
Yeah.
These are Sophia's Thai boxing gloves. As you know, we're massive Thai boxers here at Elysium. I'm a big Thai boxer, and she's a small Thai
Said
boxer.
the posters to stare at all day.
Hey, I do, mate. Yeah, the great Gaga up there, and surrounded by the Gothicity that is Gothic, that is us here at Elysium. These are my gloves over here, mate. These are my gloves. Over here.
I would show you that.
Yeah, you can't. These are here, aren't they? You're there, don't you?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
How bizarre. But yeah, I was saying the other day, Sophia works behind the camera. She's coming on the camera very soon on here next week, I think, or the week after, very, very soon. But the other day, she actually, we say pull the plug off the wall.
Yeah, you're right.
She actually pulled the wall out of the
I
plug.
pulled the wall out of the plug, yeah. I was like doing something and then I pulled the wall out of the plug.
Yeah, it was a crazy day, wasn't it? But yeah, we talk about. We were talking about the other day this young Mancunian girl called Claire and Friends, and she had a song in the late 80s. Go on, tell me about that.
I'm intrigued by the emo and gothic subculture.
Are you? Oh right. Well, I'm very gothic, and now also is Sophia. Obviously, getting more and more into it, as you can see from our videos. Why are you leaving me? And all that. Very gothic, and on one of my honours degrees that I did here in the UK, I did a study about the sensuality within the Gothic tradition in art, music, and drama, in literature, and it was amazing. It was all about the depth, sensuality within Gothicism, which leads us on to our love of New Moon, Twilight, and the Twilight Saga, because we're very much... what are you then, Slade? Are you team wolf or are you team vampires? Yes, we are.
Yeah, so Slade, are you a vampire or are you a wolf?
Are you team wolf or are you team Cullen? Are you a wolf or are you a vampire?
Slade said, I don't know because of it. Where's the skulls and all the creepy makeup?
Where's the what, sorry? Oh, well, they're on the other side. You can't see them. You can't see them at the moment. We're very much in a Gothic that comes through.
Vampires forever.
That what, sorry?
Vampires forever.
Vampires, exactly.
Yeah.
We love the wolves, but we're 100% Cullen. Very much. You see, Slade, our business is predominantly, as I mentioned to you before, my teaching background, but now I'm a therapist. And Elysium Sophia is named after Elysium, meaning wholeness, and Sophia, after my wonderful and beautiful, very precious daughter, Sophia. That's where the name comes from. And we're into hypnosis and life transformation. We do transcendental meditation. We do motivational speaking. We work with people on being the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And that's where we started Elysium Sophia. And we started to do online sessions way back in March time when we had lockdown. But then we've evolved into a chat show too. So we've got to mix the two together.
So Slade is obsessed with vampire fiction.
You are?
And
Cool.
Slade said that's a great name.
Great, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elysium, meaning wholeness, and Sophia, obviously named after the most important person in my life, Sophia. Elysium Sophia, all about well-being. I'm a personal trainer in mind and body as well. So mind and body coaching to help people be, the best version. Is a bit cliche, but to be the best version of themselves that they can possibly be. And so we've now started doing a chat show because it's a mindful way of getting people engaged in the here and now, in a mindful way. And what better is to do that than open our home up? We bring people in. Today is a little bit earlier, mate. Usually we've got lots more friends that are from the Philippines that are in. Hello, madam.
So Slade said, what's the best and worst advice you've given to someone?
The best advice is to be a teacher. The worst advice is to be a teacher. No, seriously. Is what? Sorry, who's that? Is my phone ringing, my guy? It doesn't. Oh my word! Yeah, we've got people ringing now from the other side. Now, when we say to people from the other side, we know what we mean.
It's really strange.
We mean you lot. We mean we need the channel that we like a lot.
We say the other side. It's just really strange.
People think we're in a coffin and we go
they think
boom,
we die.
boom. The Undertaker's here. We actually know what we mean.
The Undertaker's here. We've got to go to the other side.
Got to go to the other side now, but we know what we mean when we say we.
Yeah.
You see, we have friends on this platform that join us on the other platform, and vice versa, which is great, because when we do live on the other side, then it's great. People can get to know us, but we can only do short videos on that.
We don't tell people on this side.
No, we don't use the names.
Right. Well, if someone is going through a rough time, what would be the best word to lighten them up and give them hope that everything's going to be okay?
Well, it's taking time, mate. It's all about taking time for yourself. It's all about we show you different ways to try and unwind by whether it's balloon breathing, and it's getting in touch with yourself, and it's actually taking time to just take 10 minutes out of your day to do a body check, a body scan, to go through from head to toe, just to be yourself, and just to get in tune with yourself and repair what needs repairing within yourself.
So we've got Beth Balukan Vergara second.
Hi, Beth.
Done all.
Thank you. Done Tamsack and everything. Thank you. So yeah, Slade, it's we'll come back to that one in a minute. We're just welcoming people on here as we do. Hi, Beth. Thanks for joining us.
How are you today? Thanks so much.
And whereabouts are you joining us from? Is it the Philippines or whereabouts are you from?
And how are you today?
So yeah, it's all about here. If we're giving people advice, it would basically be to we do auto-suggestion. We believe in the old Emile de Couedy Champagnard, in every day and everywhere and getting better and better. Self-talk.
Slade said patience and self-reflection here.
Patience?
Patience and self-reflection.
Yes, self-reflection, top of the list, mate. It's all about reflecting. It's all about taking time. And it's also about using auto-suggestion. It's all about the power of self-belief and motivation together. And we mix, I'm a big believer and practice transcendental meditation, yoga, relaxation techniques, but also a big believer in actually letting people hear, both internal and external. Every day and any day I'm getting better and better. It's almost like it's reinforcement. It's using guided imagery. It's listening over and over and over again to the same thing. And if you tell yourself enough times something positive and being positive, then it will happen. Good things will happen. But you have to work at it. And you have to have a bit more self-belief, and more self-belief that you get, the better that you feel, and the circle becomes greater and greater and fills you full of energy. And it's all about up here, and it's what's in here. And it's about you believing in yourself and being the best version of you, not wanting to be. A lot of people come to me, and a lot of people come here at Elysium Sophia, and I say, what do you want to do? And they say, I want to be like such and such, David Beckham, whatever. And I say, hey, wait a minute, that's fine, but I want you to just stop there and think, you want to be your version of them. Because it ain't going to work, because there's only one of you, and you're special. But you can be your version of them, and by being your version, you will be better than they ever could be. And then you'll have achieved too. And it's setting targets, realistic targets, for you to get from that place to that place. Small targets, but being true to yourself, and not knocking yourself, and realising how good you are as a person, taking the positives, because we all have them. But so many times we're too hard on ourselves, and we need to be less harsh on ourselves. And it's mainly to do, I mean, if I was to say one word, it's empathy. Because without empathy, we're nothing. And unfortunately in the world there has to be suffering for us to be empathetic. But once we start to be empathetic and put ourselves in the shoes of someone else, then we can start to understand. And then we can start to grow spiritually, morally, ethically, educationally, and we can grow and develop.
Slade said exactly.
You know, and it's all about us being true to ourselves and being empathetic and letting live and let live. It's about abolishing isms, sexisms, racisms, and just, you know, we've talked before, we've chuckled about it, haven't we, about bullies. If you're being bullied, you know, at the end of the day, it's having the inner confidence to know that bullies are only bullies because they're insecure themselves. So they have to feel more secure about themselves. And it's the Bataras box, it's the ever moving circle. It's us that matter. And you need to be strong for everybody else who relies on you. So you need to be selfish, but for the right reasons.
So Slade said, this is a positive quote I usually give to others. When good things don't always happen to you, it's because you're the good thing that needs to happen to others.
Exactly.
And Slade said precisely.
Exactly. You know, it's all about thinking about others. And it's all about thinking about putting yourself into their shoes. And sympathy is not a word that people want to have. People don't want your sympathy, but they do want your empathy. You know, they do want to feel that you matter and that they matter. And what they're going through is very subjective. And, you know, we all see things in different ways. We're very, very subjective here. We, you know, objectivity has its place. But subjectivity is such a wonderful thing. And what means something to one person will mean absolutely nothing to someone else. But that means it shouldn't be devalued. Because if it means something to you, then it means something. And it matters. And to poo-poo it, as it were, it is just wrong. Because we all matter to someone, and something matters to us. And if it matters enough to start, you know, upsetting you, then it matters. So we have to be more empathetic. We have to start to work through the layers of an onion and break it down, but always be true to ourselves.
Slade said your compassion.
Thank you. Show compassion. Yeah, of course. Compassion, empathy. Yeah, it's about being compassionate. Yeah, it's about understanding that diversity. It's about celebrating diversity and not being racist, not being sexist, not being anything else. It's about celebrating diversity. And we try to do that, but in a fun way as well. There's a time and a place. to be fun. There's a time and a place to be to be sad, but always to be empathetic.
Showing humanity.
Humanity, yeah, humanity. That's the key word there, isn't it, mate? Humanity. But yeah, but the thing is with us, if we went through life, philosophizing all the time, then we'd be, we'd be quite, But yeah, we tend to lighten it up a little bit, and obviously through what we're doing now, for example, engaging people like this, why we developed Chat Show, twofold really. Once you're living the here and now, and watching me and listening to me, you're not worrying about yesterday. You're not worrying about tomorrow. You're living the here and now. So you're relaxed. And once you're relaxed, you're living the here and now. And you're just being mindful. So, teaching someone to be mindful, it's not rocket science. It's just all about forgetting about yesterday. What happened yesterday's happened. It's drawing a line under it and moving on. And learning from it, as we should do with history. We would never forget what's happened in history. Never. But we draw a line under it. And we use it to move on.
Slade said living in the present.
Living in the present, exactly. As we always say, whether you call it a gift from God, or you call it a spiritual gift, or a gift from nature itself, living in the present is a present from whoever or whatever you believe in. Not the past and not the future.
It's water under the bridge.
Completely, yeah. And again, using the analogies, using the guided imagery, exactly like water under the bridge, is what it's all about. It's giving people, whoa, there's another bad lad on a motorbike. Watch the car, you bad lad. Off they go, Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone, and the morning comes. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone, gone, gone. Yeah. Boom. Probably the same idiot that smashed our car up the other day. Hey ho, Peter
That's
Quince.
probably his new car.
It's probably, I know. Boom, ours are still not. We've not got it back yet, mate. Our car's still not there. Still waiting in the garage in the sky to be mended. And as yet, they were supposed to be contacting us today to tell us all about it. But easy now. Just like no woman, no cry. Say, no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Don't worry about it. We were just saying, we were laughing about Bob Marley the other day. Do you remember the analogy about Bob Marley saying he was that stoned when he was an attempt on his life? That here's Bob sat there singing away, Buffalo Soldier in the heart of America. And somebody went and shot him, and the bullet went through, and because there was that much smoke in the air, the bullet went towards Bob, and then it went. And it died out. Never got near him. It did. But it's true, you can almost imagine it, can't you? On the government yard in Trenchtown, and then Bob Marley, the bullet goes.
Slade said poor dude.
Who?
Poor dude.
Poor dude? I know the car. Who? What, where, when?
He said poor dude.
I know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's obviously we digress. We actually started talking about earlier on, but we're talking about Blast from the Past, and we're talking about Bez, the Happy Mondays, and we were talking about the Inspiral Carpets, the man that went, "This is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your word means nothing at all." Oh, Inspiral Carpets, and then we got on to Bez and the Happy Mondays, the guy that went forwards and backwards, and Bez has now done a fitness video, teaching us how to keep fit. Bez, yeah. So we're talking about the Happy Mondays, and we're talking about the great nightclub in Manchester in the 1990s called the Hacienda. Whatever you want to call it. Massive nightclub. And we were getting people chatting about their thoughts from the 1990s, from the Hacienda, and tales from the Hacienda and the nightclubs. And this is when we got talking about how things used to be, and things we remember from the past that ain't quite the same now as they were once upon a time. And we talked about wagon wheels. Wagon wheels, for example, huge things they were when you were very small, massive, big chocolate things as big as your head. But last time we bought a wagon wheel, it was about as big as a pound coin or something, really. Very small. Things that you remember. We got chatting about that, didn't we, darling? And,
right. A sandwich walked into a bar and ordered a drink. The bartender said we don't serve food here.
Oh, boom, boom.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
That's a good one, that, yeah.
Oh, my word. Yeah, just a bit.
I like have to read it and then I have to realise.
No, work it out. Yeah, you can see your reading
that's,
everything.
That's good, actually.
And we were talking the other day about people that annoy us. And our main annoyance at the moment is farmers. I am a cider drinker. I drinks it out of the day. Where we live, we're surrounded by farmers. And we're discussing the difference between as a farmer and as a pirate. Because there's a difference, you know. The and the ha-ha, you want, but I'm definitely different. There definitely is a difference. And we're surrounded by farmers where we live. And we were talking about unrequited love. Because Sophia was doing an essay the other day, weren't you, my darling?
Yeah.
About the farmer.
The farmer's bride.
The farmer's bride, it was. About the farmer's bride. And it was about this farmer. And he was in love with this young girl. And the young girl didn't want to marry him, but she'd married him anyway from whatever. But we're saying, go on, darling.
What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday?
Oh, I don't know. What
hey,
did
matey.
Oh, aye, matey. Aye, matey. Oh, boom. Well done. Do you want to take that from the brief there? Yeah, thank you, my darling. So, yeah, we were talking about unrequited love. Paul Dark and all that lot. And it was, Sophia was doing this assignment at school.
Oh my God,
and it was all about, why don't you love me? Why don't you want to marry me? Because you're ugly, mate. You is ugly. Where's the gummage? Yeah? It was that type of thing.
How do you impress a country girl? Just get a tractor.
Why? Oh, yeah, I'm a tractor driver. Yeah, and we were talking about this unrequited love, mate, and it was all about the farmer wanting to unrequited love of this so beautiful. Why doesn't this beautiful girl want to be with me? Do you need to ask, my Wurzelgummidge friend? But obviously, it was all about unrequited love, and it was all about things in the past. And it was all about, why she wouldn't marry him, oh, farmer, farmer, won't you marry me with your musket, boyfriend drum? Oh, no, sweet maid, I will not marry you, for I have no pants to put on. And, it was all that kind of thing, the trouble about farmers.
So they said, my dog ate my homework. Teacher, you dog ate your coding assignment. Me, it took a few bites.
Oh, no, it's all about dogs with you lot, isn't it? It's all about dogs. Comes down to puppies and dogs. With you lot, boom, tongue in cheek, and it's we were just reminiscing about days gone by and how things are at the moment. And if you're still with us from earlier, talking about the vaccine, just moving on, but in a kind of like optimistic way about the vaccine. Couldn't quite understand.
So you said got a pet.
Got a pet. You got a dog. Bring it. We're in the process at the moment, aren't we, my darling, of buying a new dog.
Buying a dog, but yeah.
And
we're not sure.
There's two on the list. That we've narrowed it down. We used to have a Doberman.
Yeah.
And I want to get another Doberman. Hence the
so
Gothic.
Basically, we're going to be getting a Doberman and.
So we're going to get another Doberman.
A lap dog. So
but we want a lap dog,
anyway.
don't we, my darling?
Yeah.
And we just can't decide. We want something fluffy and for Sophia.
Yeah.
Obviously,
so
but we don't know.
A hamster is great too.
Yeah, hamsters are great. We have two great fish, koi carp. We have some koi carp.
Yeah.
And we have a little cat called Snuffles, don't we, as well?
Yes.
But yeah, the dog's the new thing at the moment. That's we don't quite know because obviously we've looked at all sorts of dogs and people have been helping us on the show, giving their comments on different breeds and good things and bad things. It's got to be hypoallergenic because obviously we have quite a few allergies, sneezing fits for different dogs. So we've narrowed it down to a pug. We've narrowed it down to different English and British bulldog, which is not so much of a lap dog, but makes you laugh. We just love bulldogs. We also love Maltese and poodles, don't we, my darling?
And
Shih Tzus,
Yorkie Terriers.
Yorkie Terriers. You sign Yorkie Terrier, yeah. They're all there on the list.
So we've got Creepy who says, wow, you guys are early.
We are creepy. We're very early today. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Did you sort out the business the other day with your Welsh friend about your missus and about sorting things out from Slade? We've got two friends that join us a lot with Creepy, who's got some great videos.
It's really funny because Creepy joins us a lot on this side.
Exactly, and on the other side, it's nice to have our friends joining us. And Creepy he's from the Philippines and he's ex-service and suffering very harshly at the moment from post-traumatic stress, etc., etc. Long story, but he's married a beautiful Filipino lady. And he's wanting to come back over to the UK. And yesterday we teamed up with another Welsh guy, didn't we, my darling? What was his name?
Slade said you should let them know about the other side.
Oh yes, we do. Don't worry, mate.
Yeah,
It's we do let them know. It's all in hand.
Change their lives too.
It's all. I know. They're not so much into the presenting like we are, though, mate. They're into releasing videos that are quite thought-provoking and things that are in a different way. We'll talk later on the other side. But yeah, Creepy has got this beautiful wife, and so has what's his name again?
Dale.
Dale, and he's got a beautiful wife. I was explaining how they could get them together.
To a certain point, mate, I have a plan now.
Cool.
On how I'm going to sort on tactics, and when I'm settled back in the UK.
Cool. So you could be great because
That's great,
it would be nice to give you that. It was nice that you could chat, wasn't it, yesterday? Because the guy from Wales giving you some great advice, and his wife was she's a nurse, isn't she?
Yeah.
His wife's a nurse in the UK, in Cardiff. And he was he's a lorry driver.
Yeah, he was from Cardiff. He's training.
He's training to be a lorry driver. That's right. Yeah.
He was from Cardiff.
From Cardiff,
and
yeah.
Now in Wales.
And we were talking about
his partner is
from the Philippines, and he was talking about visas and that type of thing. And obviously something close to your heart there, Slade. Moving to another country. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So obviously it all went off yesterday, and it was quite interesting to hear two sides and getting people together. And again, we have another friend that joins us a lot called Vegan Realist. From York, who gets involved with our conversations.
Creepy said it was a breath of fresh air, as there isn't much out there to get help, so it's good to get help and how others have done.
Lovely, and that's our pleasure, as always, Creepy, it's a pleasure. We bring people together here at Elysium, and it was great that you two could share that information. Hopefully something positive will come out of it. Something positive will come out of it. We know that. And so, again, we still haven't had a chance to check your video out, mate. But we will get there. So many things happening at the moment, Creepy. And as you said yesterday, the school lot haven't joined us yet. We're still waiting for them to bob in. And we were still talking about the vaccine earlier, Creepy. But we're talking about, we're joined by our friend Slade, the Slade Star, who's a big friend of ours. So we've got more people in the chat again. That were the conversation getting wider and wider.
With a lot of money, haha, but it'll be worth it in the end.
It sounded like it, mate. It sounded like it was lots to do with the pension situation as well.
And then Creepy said it's cool. And Slade said, haven't had lunch yet, and it's 4 p.m.
It's what, sorry? You haven't had lunch? Oh, my word. Broccoli soup on the agenda.
Slade said, thanks for including me.
Hey, you're all right, mate. You include us on... I think we include you.
Creepy says, where are you from, Slade?
Slade's from South Africa. Aren't you, Slade? From Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have another friend from Soweto that joins us as well.
Yeah.
And in the chat, we're not quite sure what we can say about things, but Slade's our really good friend from, we keep talking about the other side.
East.
Pardon?
East.
Yeah, East Africa. Yeah, they're cool. But Slade's from our friend from we call it the other side, and you've worked it out. Slade's Creeper's an intelligent guy, and he works out we like it a lot, what it means on the platform, but we don't kind of advertise other platforms on other platforms because we don't quite know how that works. So we just.
Creepy said altogether just for the finance visa and then a spouse visa, it's £3,000. That's not including all the costs in flights, and so on and so forth.
And then you've got to sort the accommodation things out. We've discussed last time. Of course it is, mate. Yeah, as you can see, we're kind of keep it, how it should be. We do keep it. I mean, contrary to popular belief, we are quite professional. We can be when we need to be, but most of the time we're not. But when we need to be professional, we're very professional. Like the other day when that nincompoop came on our show.
Right.
How very dare you?
Slade said, well, I'm have my lunch now because I'm starving.
Oh, Slade said?
Yeah, you have your lunch.
You have your lunch, Slade, and later we're going to do on the other side, about 5 o'clock, about 5:15 UK time. So you'll be welcome again, that about 5:15 UK time, because we're watching the football in a bit, because we're big Sheffield United fans. Sheffield United are playing Manchester City today at 3 o'clock. So when we've done this live, we're going to watch that.
Hang on. So
You
that
tell them,
means
my darling.
It'll be 8 o'clock.
It's not your time, Slade.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, 5 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock
Slade
your
said
time,
have
Slade.
a good one, David and
We will
Slade.
do, mate. Thank you for joining us.
Slade,
It's
yeah.
been a pleasure as usual. Thanks for joining us, mate.
See you later.
And hopefully about 5 o'clock UK time, 5:15 UK time, we'll be doing On the Other Side. And please join us then.
Creepy said you're going live again tonight.
But we're later on. We're not sure about that just yet.
Creepy thinks we're going now. so
Yeah.
it's fine.
But Creepy's going now.
No, he thinks we're going.
No, we're not going yet, mate. We're still staying. It's just that Slade's going now because he's got to go. He's got to get his lunch. He wants his broccoli pie. He's very fond of broccoli, our friend Slade. Not. And so, yeah. No, we're on for another 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so, mate, on
Slade
here.
said, of course.
Who said?
Slade.
Slade. Oh, brilliant. We'll see you later, mate. Take care. Thanks again. Thanks for joining us.
Creepy said that's cool then. If I'm awake, I might catch you.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we're staying on for about another 15 minutes on here.
Slade said absolutely not.
Yeah. Stay safe, mate. I'm just gonna have my ginger wine. Daddy, cool. Daddy.
Slade said not the broccoli.
Daddy, cool. No broccoli was injured making this drink. No broccoli has been taken place drinking this ginger wine. None at all, mate. So Slade, it's been one of those days today where we've been to Meadowhall shopping. Not off, mate. Like a ghost town again. Because we're still waiting to find out from Bojo. He didn't come on yesterday. We thought he was going to come on at 5. That's why we left yesterday.
Slade said I ain't going to let that little tree in my anatomy.
I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. That's keep the chicken up. You'll be all right. Chicken's great. The broccoli, you can do without it, can't you? Sprouts. We're into sprouts, aren't we, my darling? We prefer sprouts anyway. Who's that? Who's that coming?
No, I'm just saying.
No, just So yeah, we were just talking about a surprise result for Sheffield United the other day. We beat Man U 2-0, 2-1 on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday night? And today we've got Man City.
Slade said it certainly is. I can already taste it.
Oh no, nasty little stuff. Sprouts, yeah, but broccoli. No.
He's talking about the chicken, I think.
Chicken. Oh, about the chicken. I feel like chicken tonight. You can never have enough chicken unless you're a vegan realist.
Yeah.
And if you're vegan realist, you can never have chicken because vegan realists
you can
don't
never
like
have
chicken.
too much chicken, but if you're vegan, realist, you can have
Yeah, and that's another thing about our channel and our show. We get so many diverse interests.
Creepy said, I was looking for it in BBC News Worldwide today, but I didn't see it on Bojo.
Oh, right,
so
cool.
I was wondering, are they not just covering it, or did he come on?
No, we were playing Sheffield United.
Boris Johnson.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought we were just talking about... Boris Johnson was supposed to be coming on at 5 o'clock yesterday to talk about this new vaccine that was getting Johnson & Johnson. I think it was. And then it's a Teesside thing in the UK. But he didn't come on in the end.
Creepy said, love broccoli as long as there is plenty of gravy. Slade said, the first thing I would do as a vegan zombie is eat some grains.
Graves. Oh,
Grains.
vegan zombie. Oh, it's a bit of a yeah, it's okay. It's a bit of a play on words again, my darling. Read it again and then come back to us.
Right, okay.
Go on, you can do it. So yeah, I let that one sit. Let the penny. Can you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
The penny's just dropped, hasn't it, my darling?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
it's good.
she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit
How did that take
psycho,
you so
and now
long?
she's screaming,
Yeah,
oh my mind, my
I know
mind.
what
Well
you're
done. The penny dropped there. Yeah, creepy. It was supposed to be coming on, mate.
Creepy said, you know what I have with vegans? If that's what they want to do, fair enough.
Cool.
One, but...
Yeah, live and let live, isn't it, mate? I mean, we
I know, Slade, I only just realised what it said.
we've actually started really enjoying vegan sausage rolls. We had one today, didn't we, my darling? As opposed to, we don't like regular sausage rolls anymore. We like vegan sausage rolls, but it's not stopped us. We're not. We still like the food that we've always eaten. But we do try and experimenting with different things. And vegan sausage rolls at the moment, we're kind of like semi-addicted, not quasi-addicted, semi-addicted. Very good. They're cool. So yeah, Bojo was supposed to be coming on yesterday, 5 o'clock, to tell us all about that, but he didn't turn up. No show. Didn't turn up, mate. So we were still in anticipation. anticipation as to what was going to happen. So we don't know. We're hoping that we've got because there was all that trouble yesterday. Were you aware of this? There's something about Germany sanctioning the. Germany apparently don't think that that the vaccine works. It's not shown enough to work to be effective on reducing COVID enough on the over 65s. So with that in mind, they don't think their over 65s should be having it. A bit of a debate around that.
So Creepy said they have a go at us killing animals, and they're a living thing to eat them. But and it's a big but. Plants are living things. So why is it okay to rip up plants, mash them up, and place them in foods?
You know, it's like as you said though, mate, isn't it? It's up to them. It's live and let live. You know, we kind of like, as you said before, you know, there's certain things in vegan cuisine that is great, but there's some things in, you know,
so
in being a carnivore.
Eat meat or plants, we're both killing living things.
Well, exactly, yeah. It's a living thing, and that debate could go on, couldn't it? Yeah. It's like, you know, we did. Did you ever see there was because you're into that type of thing. There was a particular Tales of the Unexpected, Creepy. Do you remember the series? It's on YouTube, Tales of the Unexpected. And I forgot what they call it, but it's about a guy that can hear plants screaming. And it's really good. You check it out. I don't know what they called it. Do you know what they call it, Madonna? You went through
I'll find it.
Sophia will find it for you. And it was a Tales of the Unexpected. Only a 25-minute thing on that used to be on the TV in the UK.
Plus, if anything, killing mammals don't do nothing. They're a food source. Plants give us oxygen, so in some way they're destroying us more than meat eaters. Haha.
Yeah. So destroying the planet even more in one way than the other. Exactly, mate. But yeah, this particular episode of Tales of the Unexpected was about a guy that had got a stethoscope, I think he was, and he went into a greenhouse.
It's called the sound machine.
That's right, mate. Are you listening? It's called the sound machine. So if you try it and watch it, it's really funny. It's Tales of the Unexpected.
And it's
the sound machine.
The sound machine.
Yeah, and it's only about 25 minutes long.
And he makes a sound machine
that can hear animals, plants.
Because the next door neighbour's cutting roses.
That's right. It starts off with the next door neighbours cutting roses.
He can hear
the screaming of the roses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's worth having a bob at and a look at that, my friend. It's Tales of the Unexpected, and it's the sound machine, like the Miami sound machine with the duck 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 to beat. Buck, duck, 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 duck to beat the great Gloria Estefan. Check it out, mate. Have a look at it and let us know what you think. It really is good. Some of those Tales of the Unexpected are amazing.
Creepy said, I just think vegans should leave meat eaters alone. Like, meat waters, leave vegan alone. Hats off. Not everyone is like that, but still majority of vegans do protect on meat.
Each to their own, mate, isn't it?
How crazy is that, Screaming Roses?
I know, but try it, mate. Watch it, because it really is good. The whole series, obviously, we're hooked on Tales of the Unexpected. We love it. And watching them again and again. We watched another one.
I'll end up forgetting the name of that video. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat so you've got it there, mate. There was another one as well, which is really good. What was the one with the finger? With the thumb? It's a really good one. And it's all about this guy. Again, we'll find out the name. You can find that one again, put it in the chat. That was really good. It's basically about this guy in Jamaica. And he's got a big Jaguar car. Okay, you with me so far? Guy in Jamaica got a Jaguar car, and there's a young lad there that's with his girlfriend posing about, and he's thinking he's okay, and Jack the lad, and he's got a cigarette lighter, and he keeps flicking it up like that, and when it lights, and all of a sudden this guy comes along, and he says, "Oh, stop there."
Sorry, I put it in the chat. It's Tales of the Unexpected, the sound.
Yeah, and basically this guy is this rich guy with a Jaguar. And he's watching this young guy flicking his cigarette lighter up, and he says to him, "No, does that light every time then?" And the young guy says, "Yeah, never fails, never lets you down." "Seriously?" He says. He said, "Yeah, never lets you down." So we said to him, "Well, okay then, I've got a bet for you." He said, "Go on then, what's that?" He said, "How sure are you that will light every time?" I said, "No problems at all." He said, "Oh, you're a bit cocky, aren't you? What are you willing to bet then?" He said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Right, I'll make you a bet. I reckon that you can't," is it 20 or something like, he says, if you try and light your cigarette lighter 20 times, I'm telling you that it won't light every time. Are you sure that it will? And he says, "Yeah, I can do it every time, do it all day." I said, "Okay, put your money where your mouth is. Okay, I bet you And he said, right, if you win, then you take my Jaguar car. But if you lose, I take your thumb. So he said, but? He said, fair enough. Jaguar, if you're so confident, why do you take this bet? So he said, well, I am confident. And he thinks about it, and he thinks, I'll not spoil it for you now, mate, but basically that's the starting of it.
So Goose said, got it, I'll check it out later. And Goose said, I've been watching ISIS documentaries today in Iraq.
Oh, what, sorry? ISIS?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Iraq, gruesome isn't the word, what them horrible, disgusting, creating people.
Is that ISIS again, did you say? ISIS in Iraq, oh wow, yeah. It's we're doing some work at the moment on Sophia's assignments in religious citizenship or resilience, call it what you will. And it's all about 9/11 and it's all about 7/7. Is it 7/7?
Yes.
Yeah, 7/7 and 9/11. They use acronyms now, don't they? And it's all about the rise of. I was thinking the other day, I was chatting to Sophia about the original. I was trying to think of the names of the guys because we had Osama bin Laden, didn't we? And then moved across, and then Al Qaeda. Second time round, regrouped and called themselves ISIS, didn't they? And we used to use the phrase Al Qaeda in the news, and all the time it was Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda. And then all of a sudden it was all ISIS, ISIS, ISIS. And it was amazing how one was there, and then the next minute the other one was born. And ISIS were born of, weren't they, of basically the Syria and the Assad.
They found in a demolished building 100 bodies all rotting in a room, now bigger than 10 by 10 foot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, that's...
It's...
Well, ISIS is a different terrorism group.
Yeah, but didn't it ISIS? I mean, I as I understand it, obviously loads of millions of more reasons why, but ISIS were they not formed, or did they not gather strength after Assad and the Syrian situation? I mean, Al Qaeda were there well before. Al Qaeda began from Afghanistan, didn't it, and the Taliban, and then ISIS seemed to be more of a result of Assad in Syria. I don't know. Lots more going off as well. You'll know more than I know, obviously from a military point of view. But from my own research, it seems to me that the second coming, the ISIS, was kind of like was created by the West of lack of intervention in Syria. That's how I saw it happening, anyway.
Taliban is Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Small amounts in Iraq and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Al Qaeda was Iraq and Pakistan. When the Al Qaeda fell, ISIS picked up arms and came to life, but they have always been around.
Oh, ISIS have always been around then. Okay, yeah. It was just that I was just thinking. I don't know where you stand on that one, mate, but it's my opinion. Rightly or wrongly, not even getting into the politics of it, that ISIS grew and grew and grew because of the lack of response to the atrocities that Assad was supposedly causing in Syria. Does that make sense? Obviously the Taliban are a different thing altogether in Afghanistan.
Syria, Iraq, Pakistan is all funding ISIS groups.
ISIS, they're all funding ISIS, yeah. It was a melting pot, wasn't it? It was a melting pot.
There is about 10 different terror groups, but the biggest and most common is ISIS, Taliban, Al Qaeda.
The top three, yeah. The Taliban. It's a funny thing, that, isn't it? The Taliban. I originally didn't see the Taliban. I saw that as more of an elders thing, as a ruling class in Afghanistan, in control of the opium market. And then is that how you saw it? The opium market, the kind of like warlords of the opium market, the Taliban, and then obviously Al Qaeda being an extension in a different way, and then ISIS a splinter from there. But I always saw the Taliban as being the guardians of the opium business. I don't know. That's how I used to interpret the Taliban, the dictatorial Taliban, that were kind of like trying to keep people down by keeping them in ignorance. I don't know. I don't know. Very interesting, very political, very controversial. Two sides to every story, but you'll definitely see the one side as it was.
So, hang on, it's just.
Excuse me.
Bin Laden ruled Taliban. Saddam ruled Al Qaeda. I'm not sure who is behind ISIS, but ISIS is different.
Oh, so Saddam ruled Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you for that. Obviously, I knew there was a kinship between. Because I used to always be intrigued by the Sunni Muslims, the Shia Muslims, and the Shiite Muslims, and then in Palestine, where it all, the Gaza Strip.
As ISIS is formed from all different terror organisations.
Oh, right.
that form.
From all, ISIS was formed as a splinter group of an amalgamation of them all. Cool. Yeah, I get that. So the Muslims that were
That's
originally.
why it's like
The most powerful.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because it was the as it was referred to, the head of the snake. Yeah, but again, the trouble that was in Palestine by the Muslims that were there was a different ball game, wasn't it, to Al Qaeda and that type of thing. Yet all, you see, I'm not sure were they Shiite Muslims in that area. The only bit I know about that is because obviously Saddam Hussein wiped out the Muslims on the Kurd side, and again, a melting pot, wasn't it? A total melting pot. And then you lads obviously going in there and mopping up all the literally all the disasters as we watch them unfold. Bringing back some memories for you there, mate. That's hey ho, Peter Quince. We do digress. So yeah, well, wait until give Creaky a bit of a courtesy to reply to that one as we move on to hopefully Boris will be coming on today and explaining a bit more about the what are we doing there? Yeah, about what's happening with the new vaccines. But of course, on a lighter note, we've got our match today. We make it very clear here.
Yeah, basically, but there is another called ISIL, I think. There is another terrorist group, but hate the Taliban. The Taliban is an enemy to them. Some groups of ISIL are formed from Al Qaeda groups.
Yeah. That's, the plot thickens, doesn't it? And it was all about, once upon a time, it was all about Bin Laden, wasn't it? And the Bin Laden family. A massive family, aren't they? Very potent family over there. Educated in the West, were they? Were the Bin Laden, Osama, educated in the West? I heard somewhere. Don't know. But anyway, we do digress. So, on a lighter note, we have our... something coming through?
Yeah.
He was.
It's a crazy thing.
Yeah, it is. But he was educated in the West, wasn't he? As far as I understand. Educated in the
But
West.
here is the crazy thing about ISIL. He's going to tell us a crazy thing about ISIL.
About ISIS. ISIL. Oh, yeah. Ooh. We'll wait in anticipation with this one, mate. It's worth listening to. It's worth waiting for. Doesn't make for good viewing, with people waiting to see what we're going to say.
They have ex-Taliban soldiers in ISIL law.
In where?
ISIL.
Oh yeah, in ISIL. Oh, flipping that, yeah. Just getting to the know of it all. Just crazy guys, crazy situations, and we'll go on and on and on and on. And it's really strange because we get obviously a lot of the Philippine friends that we have on here. A lot of them are now living in Qatar or living in the United Emirates or Saudi Arabia. Or working in those areas, originally from the Philippines, and because it's opened our eyes about the kingdom, as it were, and again, our own club, Sheffield United, owned now by one of the Saudi crown princes, which again for us is like whoa, very strange, but yeah. forgot his name now, but one of the Saudi princes owning Sheffield United, with his, Mr. McCabe and himself arguing for the 51%, 50%, 51%, 50%, and now Mr. Cabe going one side, and now our friend the Prince that owns Sheffield United. And again, we played midweek. We played really, really well. We beat Manchester United 2-1. Play Man City
It's
today.
when they group the Taliban groups to join ISIL and don't believe that the Taliban are doing things for God, but they do with ISIL. They believe ISIL are good soldiers. It's all confusing.
Yeah, I can imagine, mate. We could go on all day about it. It's kind of like, probably only us enjoy this conversation, mate. But it's deep and it's very philosophical, isn't it? And it's something, and that's why it will remain unresolved for a long, long time, because of the factions involved and the passion involved and the spiritual nature of it, the religious nature of it, and the power struggle. On one hand, Saudi Arabia, and on the other hand, the poppy fields of Afghanistan and Pakistan. Then the other side, you've got the oil. Then you've got and then obviously you've got the Iranian influence on the other side, and the power that is Iran. And the Ayatollahs, the power they have.
Yeah, but the worst thing about fighting them is, bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum,
What's the
bum.
worst thing about fighting
The Ayatollah Khomeini, we were talking about the Ayatollah Khomeini the other day, and the power that came from, and surprisingly, the struggle between the wars between Iraq and Iran. Initially,
You have no idea who they are, as they don't have a uniform. They dress the same as civilian population.
Yeah, we did kind of, we picked up on that a little bit. Anybody that's half a brain picked up during the Gulf War and etc., in how difficult it must have been. And in response to that, was it not the case that Osama bin Laden went past the roadblock on a bike? Do you remember? Not literally a bike, it was some kind of moped thing, but you remember the American troops were on the side, and Osama bin Laden went straight past them on a bike, because, as you say, very...
You have to go on body language, and that's the way they do things.
Exactly, I do understand that, because clearly body language and non-verbal communication, body language would work, wouldn't it, and all that things. That's the only thing I suppose you have got in that situation, to read people's body language and then to...
You're basically fighting ghosts.
Yeah, ghost fighters. I think that's probably the best way of summing it up, mate. A bit like, as I understand it, slightly different, but in the same way as I understand it from Vietnam, from the Vietnam War with the Americans, when the Vietnamese soldiers and coming up from everywhere, then going back into the ground again. I presume it was very similar for them in the same situation. Not quite the same, but obviously fighting in the jungle warfare, bombing up, down again, not knowing exactly what was happening. I can imagine that was quite unnerving. Camouflage. Truly was a mighty strange marine. Oh, talking about that, creepy, we were just watching the other day, just digressing again for a bit of a bit more when we've done this one.
You got some Taliban fighters dressing as women, and they know we wasn't allowed to cheat women.
Yeah.
Due to their religious rights, but that stopped when we brought women soldiers to cheat them. Haha.
Yeah. Oh my word. Yeah. We were just watching last night. Just digressing a minute now. We were watching the what do they call it last night, my darling? The World Championship slapping competitions.
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched that, mate? Have you watched any of that? We watched the World Championship slapping competition.
Yeah, it just shouldn't be.
I don't know how it's allowed. It's absolutely bonkers. We watched it last night, and it's two guys, same weight kind of thing, stand face to face, put a shoulder down the back, and they slap, and they have how many slaps each?
They use the women and children
as shields,
as sandbags.
Oh God.
Also, they knew we couldn't fire back. It's crazy. They knew a lot of things.
No,
And
I
they
can
said,
imagine.
No, mate.
No, you want to check that out as well. Honestly, it will make you tickle
I saw
your.
bits on YouTube.
Did you see? Has you seen it?
You've seen bits on YouTube.
Yeah, watch it. We watched the finals last night. This guy from.
We're not like.
We're not like sadists or anything, masochists, but but we watched the championship.
The final?
Yeah, it was great last night. We watched the final last night, and it was this guy from Where was he from? That guy was from Hawaii, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The Hawaiian something or other.
Oh, yeah.
What do he call himself? The Hawaiian somebody or other against this a 6'5" guy from America against this Hawaiian 6'2" guy, and he just went boom because he has to be done with an open hand and open palm, but
And you can't
move
step
and you can't
forward.
step forward. You have to just go straight 1, 2, 3, boom, and he knocks him clean out.
2,
You're supposed to have 7 each.
yeah.
And the quarterfinals, this guy's face was out here because he had 7 smash. The final, he just came in, he went boom, and he hit him and knocked him cold, didn't he? He was literally out.
Creepy said Hawaiian slapper. Haha.
Is what?
Hawaiian slapper.
Hawaiian slapper. That's it. Yeah, it was like coming boom, but it was 1, 2, 3, and boom. He hit him, knocked him flying, and he was out. But the thing that amazed me was he was out cold.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy that was presenting it, the MC, was like, "Hey, how did you go on there? That was great. Yeah, the guy you knocked out still laying down here cold.
Yeah, but don't bother about him. Just
He's out cold, lifting his legs up. This guy, and he's sort of like, little birds going around his head. They were dragging him out, and it was like, hang on a second, is this legal?
I don't think it should be.
There was nothing shown for this poor guy. I say poor guy, he was big enough to look after himself, but he'd been bumped straight out, laid out, cold, and then he's saying, "Hey, how do you feel about being the world champion now? You've just knocked this guy out cold. Look at him, hey!" And it's like, whoa, he's dead. Well, nearly. But it just literally boom. But there was no concern for this guy laid out, big styly, on the other side, and it was like watching it was like, did that really just happen? Seriously, did that really just happen? Did he just go boom? Was that ignoramus from the other day? I know it's bizarre.
It's just like boxing, though, ain't it? But slapping.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but at least when you go into boxing, you've got like a bit of a chance. He was like stood there, and it's like, what it's like, mate? It's when you play slaps at school.
Yeah.
With the school idiot. I remember the funniest thing I ever saw at school. I mean, this was, remember slaps at school? All that game, right? I remember, and this is a funny story. We'll finish on this one, but just, keeping you from your bed, mate, a little bit later. But, remember at school we played slaps? And I'm telling Sophia about this. I've told Sophia about this before as well. We had a guy in our year that wasn't particularly a full shilling all the time. Full shilling meaning not quite right, my darling. I have to explain to Sophia what these things mean. And one day, one of the other school village idiots, not a farmer. I think he was a farmer actually. Go on.
So Group said, "Oh yeah, I remember the good old days."
I know, yeah. Anyway, so here we are in our classroom, and they've organised this punch for punch, they called it. And he said, right, okay, the rules of the game were, you punch me as hard as you can, and then I punch you. Okay? You see the flaw in this already. Okay? But I can't move. So you give me your best shot in my face as hard as you can, and I can't do anything, but then I do the same. Okay? Do you spot the flaw so far in this problem? So here we go. Everybody's, we're all around. Did it in our classroom. The head teacher sanctioned it and everything not. So I remember sitting there and thinking, ooh, wow, this is going to be interesting. And in they came, these two lunatics. And he stood there, the first guy, and he's like, are you going first? He's like, yeah, I'll go first. Okay. So in he walks, stands there, clenches himself like this, runs at him, punches him as hard as he can in the face, and goes, and the rest is a mess. Yeah? And it takes him 3 or 4 minutes, and he's like, oh, my turn now. And the other guy says, hey, no chance, I'm off. And he just walked off.
I knew you were going to say that.
And he's like, no, you can't do that. Well, it was hilarious.
I knew you were going to say that.
But who in their right mind?
Group said, oh yes, Lord.
Who in their
I
right
knew
mind
you were gonna
agrees
say
to
that.
this
I knew
competition?
that, yeah.
It's all right if you're going first,
It's
isn't
like
it?
yesterday when he ran off.
Ran off. But who agrees to that?
I knew that.
So in he goes, boom. Now it's okay if you're going first, but if you're daft enough to stand there and let someone punch you down the throat as hard as he can, and then expect your turn to come next. Hey, and he just went, nah, if you're daft enough. And he walked off. And yeah, it's got to be one of the funniest things. Yeah, it's got to be one of the funniest things that kind of like sums up.
Why would you do that?
You just wouldn't, would you?
You said I did that, Lord.
I know, I can imagine. Yeah, you bad lad. I can imagine the people in the army doing that, to be quite honest. Hey, okay, Marines, and I can imagine it kind of going down well in the army. I really can. But yeah, who in the right mind lets somebody punch someone and then says, yeah, it's my turn now? Don't think so.
But I did it with the school bully.
Oh, cool.
He thought
That's different.
He thought I was weak as he used to bully me.
Right, and so did you get the first one? Did you have the first shot? And then when it was his turn, say, you can get stuff. Is that what you did? Or did you just go and punch him and he couldn't get up and then punched him down the throat? School bully, come here, bump. Is that what you did? What happened? We want to know now, don't we, Madonna?
Yeah.
What happened in your situation? Did you just go and punch him down the throat because he was a school bully? Good on you. Or was it that kind of game that we played there? What was it? I'm intrigued.
Never mind.
He did what?
He thought I was weak, so he let me go first. Wrong choice for him.
Oh, right, so he didn't get his go.
He went first.
He didn't get his go then. Well done, mate. Touche. High five. Borati style. Well done, mate. Look, on that note, we're going to have to end our stream very, very soon, mate, because what are you doing with
They
that?
can't see.
Why are you leaving me? She's doing that again now. So thanks for joining us again, Creepy Mate. We're going to go and watch the Sophia's grandparents, my parents, a.k.a. Nanny and Granda, something to eat. Then we're watching the match, and then we're going on the other side to do our other thing later on tonight. So
he didn't get back up, so he didn't manage to get
cool.
me back.
Good. That's the best place for
Yeah,
bullies,
that's-
on their back, is it? Boom, off they go. So yeah, cheers, thanks for joining us, mate. Thank you. You've been
always,
welcome,
bro.
as always. Cool, and with you, mate. Sophia, do you want to say anything before we...
So, thank you for joining us today. If you have joined us in the background and you have joined us in the chat, so everyone that's joined us earlier, Slade, Creepy,
Yeah.
and everyone that's joined us today, thanks so much for joining us. Please don't forget to give us live stream a thumbs up or a tamsack. Don't forget to put the notification bell on so you don't miss when we go live next time. And thank you so much for joining
Yeah,
us.
even the bad lad from the Philippines earlier that Sophia,
Yeah.
that blocked Sophia and then unblocked her again, called to his better nature. So
Yeah.
thank you for that, because our Philippine friends always welcome on our platform here at Elysium Sophia. And to reiterate what the great Sophia's just said there, the lovely Sophia, thank you if you joined us from Creepy, from Slade Star, from wherever you joined us today. If you joined in the chat, thank you. If you've just watched us from afar, if you've been one of Sophia's friends watching from afar, again, you've been welcome today. It's been great. It's been our privilege to be chatting with you today. Hope you've enjoyed the show. And just as we normally usually end our shows, remember, you are an amazing person. You are unique and you deserve to be happy. You need to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. And then that way, you can be the best version of you to be helpful to everybody who relies on you. Again, especially at this critical time during COVID, which, believe me, ain't going to be here forever. Let's hope the new sanctions come along. Let's hope that we get more and more people and more vulnerable people vaccinated. And at the same time, please, stay safe. And remember, in the great words of Emile de Cuir de Champagnat, in every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Because you are amazing. You're an amazing person. There's only one of you. Because you are unique. So again, until next time, thank you for joining us. And a massive thank you and namaste.